So I thought I'd start out and show and ask if anybody remembers Dale Pettit. He was a 7th degree black belt when I got my 1st degree black belt. When I got my 3rd degree black belt, I think Dale Pettit was 8th or 9th degree. And he was Ed Parker's, one of Ed Parker's student. He was Tracy's student. I can go down the line and pull out his heritage where he went, but I think mostly with Ed Parker and Tracy's, back in the day, so, he had his team. I was part of his team. We were all part of his team, we was all part of his team back then. He didn't give anybody his red coat unless you were a good part of his team and you were a champion. And it was Dale Pettit's Kenpo Karate in Salt Lake City, Utah. He had people like Kim Gu, Cheryl Witzel, anybody that had to do with the police departments in Salt Lake City. He was security. All my certificates are signed by Ed Parker. My 1st degree, Ed Parker was actually present for my 1st degree test. My wife got her black belt after I got mine. We tested together for our black belts, but she had to wait a year to get her black belt. My son in the 80s, getting his yellow belt. We go to all the Dale Pettit's retreats. We went to all the tournaments. And I can come in here and find all kinds of stuff. Funnest stuff to find is when you find all of the requirements of back then that were Dale Pettit's. Ed Parker signed them all off. Whether Dale Pettit changed anything in the situations, not the situations, but the names, the colors in which, and then I've even got one that came from Ed Parker. It was a brown belt sheet that he put out way back in the, so we've been there, done that. Bill Wallace, thank you for the signed portraits back in the 70s and 80s. 1990 state champion. It goes on and on and on. I got a whole video of this stuff. All our certificates were signed by Ed Parker. Dale Pettit did his little ones like this, and then Ed Parker always gave out the big ones, the International Kenpo Karate Association, not Intermountain. See this? International Kenpo Karate Association. This is Intermountain Kenpo Karate Association. My black belts were given to me by International Kenpo Karate Association and Ed Parker's system. My wife too. That's one of hers. Mine are under there, but I believe in underground medicine. And then for sure, when I did my Ishingak, Ishin Ryu Goju American Kenpo, I have my whole system. Right to 65 years old, I have my whole system right there. Everything that I ever learned, ever taught, ever actually understood about Kenpo Karate, Ishingak American Kenpo Requirements by Charles Walsh. I was 3rd degree when I started this 15 years ago. Copyrights in 2017. So I guess I copyrighted it all in 2017, but I wrote all this my whole life. Different things that I believed in the Kenpo and how I wanted my techniques taught. And I wanted them taught right to the T of what was on the brown belt sheets, right up to the, here we got, this ain't all of it, but it's the requirements of green, requirements of purple, requirements of blue.